Welcome to RAD CHAT. I'm your host, Brandilynn, and today my special guest is Blue City Zeke. He's a songwriter, producer. Let's kind of get into that. How did you first get into music? Talk to us about that and your group that you're in.
Okay, yeah. Well, music has always been a part of my life. Started like when I was like 12. Well, my dad, like in the 80s, was like a rocker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like,
I love 80s rock.
Yeah. So it was like super like saber-tooth earring, big like puffy hair.
Yes.
So growing up in the household, there was always music. My mom loved to dance, and every time she cleaned, I'm sure all Latin moms do that, but they put their music on. Yeah.
Hey, not even Latin.
Everybody well, yeah,
does.
Everyone likes to clean, right? Yeah. So there's always music in the house. My older brothers got into it like back when the whole boy band scene was happening. They started a boy band. I was like a young, influential kid, just absorbing all of that.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I was old enough to like join the group or like
cool.
a version of it, and then we did our thing.
How old were you when you were doing that?
I think it was my senior year in high school.
Okay.
So it was super legit because I was like football team, like on TV doing music.
Yeah, you're the cool kid in high school.
I was a cool guy. fell off, but no, yeah. So I mean, that's how I got into music. It was more like a family thing, and then just realized, it's a God-given talent that I have, and if I don't approach it, it's gonna it's a waste.
Yeah.
Almost,
So how did you, when you were first getting into the boy bands with your brothers?
Mm-hmm.
It's your brothers, correct?
Yeah, it was just we were like the Spanish Jonas Brothers when we started it, but like
Jonas Brothers making a comeback.
They are, but
so it's like Latin music, Latino.
It's always been Spanish music. I don't know why. I mean, like my solo stuff that I've done English, but just because it's probably easier for me to express. But when dealing with the industry, I just tend to gravitate more towards the Latin side of things because I feel like my perspective here, being born and raised in the United States, I have more to offer that hasn't been done, or like, crossing genres and stuff. Yeah. So it's easier to get more attention that way from the labels and stuff now, which has been pretty, it's done fairly well. But now I feel like the Spanish market is, in LA, it's creating like its own little scene out here.
Yeah,
where like you'll see like little clubs have certain nights that have like a following and stuff like that.
Yeah, different tours for it.
Yeah, local artists doing their thing. So, yeah, it's a good fit. Everything's kind of falling into place now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So when you were first getting into that, did you know already, like you were making your own songs? How is it writing songs or performing songs?
So I think writing for me was the first thing that came naturally.
Okay.
It was like, it starts off with like melodies, like when you're trying to remember a song, what's the first thing you do is
you try to find
you hum it. That's the melody. So for me, like melodies came easy, or like, oh, try doing this when they're in the writing session. Oh, get out of here, little brother.
Yeah.
But it got to the point where like, okay, cool, like this kid has something, and yeah, but melodies, I think for me was like the first thing, songwriting, and then I got into like the more technical production, picking up an instrument, and then going into it there. But
what instruments do you play?
I play guitar. I feel confident. I say I can play guitar. And then I dabble in like piano. I mean, I can play bass too.
Yeah.
And those three are probably like the main ones, but then I could keep a rhythm on drums.
Okay.
But on the computer, I play every instrument.
Yeah.
I could program a beat for you for sure.
So what are some types of programs that you use that maybe some people that are not familiar with that would know?
What I work off of is Logic.
Okay. So
that's like a Apple or a Mac version of like Pro Tools, but you could get Pro Tools too.
Oh, okay.
I just use Logic. They all do the same pretty much. It's just, I'll tell you that like if you want some advice, get Pro Tools, because everything in the industry.
You guys hear that? Pro Tools?
Yes, it goes through Pro Tools, whether it's in the beginning or in the mixing phase, the mastering phase. It's all going through Pro Tools. So it's just a lot easier that way.
Okay, cool. So you are a songwriter and you're a producer.
Mm-hmm.
How do you prefer one or the other? How are they?
I think
really
they go
different?
hand in hand. They go hand in hand. Like, so producers, like I think in the past like 10 years, people have gotten the term producer mixed up with like beat maker.
Okay.
And stuff like that. But like if you look at people like Puff Daddy, there's probably not one musical bone in him, right?
Yeah.
But he's a producer because he knows the sound, or he knows what he wants.
Yeah.
And that's, I feel like, producer on all aspects. Like when it comes to a movie, they're not the director, they're not this. They're people who can make things happen and know what cool is, know what's going to be good.
What the audience wants in a sense.
So yeah, producer, I mean, people, creative director, whatever you want. If you're putting your 2 cents into something, you're producing something.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it for people that maybe, I mean, I'm not that familiar with it because I love music. Music's my life, but I have no musical tone in my body.
Yeah, no, but even then, because you know what you like, and if you feel you could speak for a certain demographic, and that artist is trying to reach your demographic, I feel you would be more entitled to become a producer.
Oh, okay.
Because like, oh, I like this sound, you have the ear for it.
Oh, okay, that's actually a really interesting way to put it, because like I would never know to think it like that. Yeah. Because you just think, oh, the producer is like doing the technical stuff. That's
what you would think.
Yeah.
That's what you would think.
But that's cool to know that it's really not all about that.
It's not. It's just knowing like, oh, take that vocal out, or no drums in the beginning.
Okay.
It's like one of those things.
Just having the ear for what people want to hear in a sense. That's a cool way to think of it. And so so your brothers are older than you, correct? You said you were the younger one?
I am the younger one. I won't reveal their age, but yeah, I'm the younger one.
How was the relationship when you were trying to do the music with them eventually?
So I'll tell you, at first, it was always just like little brother trying to butt in, little brother trying to get his shine. They've always been like supportive of me, and like they would like gas me up because of the age difference. I was like kid brother, and they want me to do good.
I'm the youngest, so I totally understand.
Yeah, that. Right. So sometimes, I mean, they could bully you, or they could like be the most like inspirational. Yeah. So it was a bit of those two things. But what happened was they got a guy named Tito. Shout out Tito. What's up, Tito?
Shout out.
They did their thing too, but Tito. Cool. He came in to live with us because he joined the group that they were in.
Oh, nice.
And he basically just kind of opened me up and like helped me get rid of like my fear and insecurities when it came to writing, and he's probably one of the main reasons why I picked up a guitar, other than my father. But
so more of like a mentor to you.
Yeah, someone that's not like brother, but still like a brother to me. He kind of opened me up to like really knowing what music is about and feeling music and stuff like that. So I would say he was a big part of it. My brothers obviously too. They always supported me, but that was like, I had to kind of get away from yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So you said that you had some like fears. What were those fears, if you want to explore those?
Well, I mean, at that age, it's like, am I good enough? You know, am I, do I know exactly what I'm doing?
Yeah,
like
I'm
those
sure
types
that's
of
like
things.
a big thing on the mind.
But with music and with art, like I feel there's no wrong.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
There's no wrong. Yeah.
Art can be really different for everybody.
It's all you interpret it. Yeah, I mean, I go to museums and I'm like, I could have done this. Like I could have sneezed on the wall and splattered. This way. Yeah, but you know, but if it speaks to you, I think, who was it? It was Shia LaBeouf. He was on like on Hot Ones, which I love Hot Ones too. And first of all, yes, okay, so
it's awesome.
But he's like, do you think memes are art? He's like, I think anything that moves you is art.
Is art, yeah.
And
that's true. He did. You know, it's funny actually that you just brought up Shia LaBeouf, because me and Jennifer actually just watched Honey Boy, and oh my God, have you watched it?
I'm weird.
It's so good.
Me being a dad is tough.
That's true. Okay, that's
not that it's tough, but like hearing his story, and then
it's a hard story, but you kind of understand where he went in his mind. That like he's very like artistic. Some things
I get
some
him
people
completely.
think, I feel like I do too, and that's so funny you brought that up.
Yeah, he's from LA. He's from like
he's
Echo
from
Park.
Tahunga.
Tahunga.
That's where we stay. I'm not from there, but Jennifer's from there.
He's real. He's like a real dude.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. And that's funny you bring that up. That episode is very insightful when he said that, because a meme can be art, because some of them move people. And if they really take a picture and a quote and they're mashing it up. Exactly. So do you feel like when you were growing up, you always felt very artistic and had that knack for it, almost like?
Yeah. It's not to like sound like boastful or anything like that, but I feel like it's like God will give you a certain talent or a certain whatever it is, and it's your job to like fortify that. I always knew I wanted something to do with music. Or entertainment.
That was what drew you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I always knew I was going to do something like. I always wanted to be on a stage and stuff like that. But even though now I don't want to be on a stage,
really,
I just knew I It was probably the attention in the beginning.
Got you.
And then I
realized
I was like, I don't want attention. I don't like that. It's
That's
not.
so interesting.
People tell me that all the time when I tell them I have like social anxiety. I don't like going out.
That's really interesting because I mean, so if we kind of backtrack, I first met you when we worked at Hot Topic together. So we worked at Hot Topic in Topanga Mall. Shout out.
Shout out.
And we in retail and Hot Topic, you're very engaging with people. You have big personalities, a lot of different interests are in Hot Topic, and I would think that you have a big personality where I wouldn't think you had anxiety.
I do have a big personality. I just don't like to share it a lot, or like go out there and be like, hey, look at me. You know, it's just like a fight. Yeah,
your humbled personality.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Yeah, I guess.
But that's interesting. So why do you think you have that anxiety? Does it come somewhere, you think?
Oh, we get it deep.
I mean,
okay, hold on. I'll tell you what it, so this is when I first started realizing it is when so I was raised Mormon.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that about you.
Yeah. I mean, cool. I don't look it, I don't act it, but I was raised Mormon, much respect to the LDS church and all that stuff, but I was raised that way. And like at 17 or 18, when I started becoming my own man and whatever, and like going out into the world and the temptation and whatever,
different lifestyle.
It is. I would have this guilt.
Oh, okay.
And I called it the Mormon guilt, but it was just something inside of me. Like we're on the way to the party, and I'm like, oh man,
I don't know if I should be here.
And then and
it's like I'm gonna get in trouble.
Exactly. So it started off like that gut feeling of just like emptiness.
Something was wrong.
And then I moved out. I'm like, I shouldn't be having this because I don't have a curfew or anything like that. But it just kind of remained. So I haven't done it. I haven't done therapy yet or whatever it is to find it. But
find your inner demons.
But it's there. I know it stems from something like that.
In your childhood or something in your past that
in my adolescence for sure.
Yeah.
Like doing bad
But I feel like we all have experienced that. Like I can only speak for my personal behalf, but I feel like I've definitely been through some darker moments that you kind of, as you get older and you experience more life, and as I'm sure as like growing up Mormon and then trying to like experience life and going out and partying, like
be your own
growing
person,
up, especially like, you know, man versus female, like different perspectives too, but life kind of shapes you, and then you're like, oh, I feel this way because maybe this happened to me. So it's very interesting.
It takes some time to hindsight's 20/20, obviously. Another thing that I think is laziness.
Oh.
Like mental and emotional laziness.
Describe that.
Where it's just like, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
I'd rather not go and have to explain to 100 people what I'm doing or what I'm up to or whatever. Like,
is that
I haven't
laziness
seen you.
Or more like rebellion? Like, oh, I don't want to have to deal with that.
No, I'm not that person.
No.
Like I would love to. It's just like, oh, do I really want to go?
To do that, yeah.
It's like when you got to say bye at a family function. It's like, I really got to go. Hey, bye. Hey, bye.
Everybody's in the lineup.
It's like one of those things. Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but I grew up with an Italian family, and Italian families are notoriously big and loud, and you have to do double kiss. So
you guys double up?
Yeah, we double
Woo!
up. And I know you're in a Hispanic culture, and I think that's similar.
We do one.
Just do one. But it's a bigger family, so you have to go through the line of people.
Yes, and you have to. You have to.
They'll be mad.
She didn't say bye to me.
Yeah, something's wrong. Do you feel like coming from maybe a bigger family or community that has also shaped you in your life?
Definitely. I think my culture of how I was raised personally, it's weird. It's a coming of like two cultures because I'm first generation.
Okay.
Although my dad came here in the 60s.
Oh, okay.
So my dad's fluent in English and Spanish.
Oh, okay.
My dad was the man, low key, thinking about
shout
it.
out to his dad, guys.
Yeah, what's up, Dad? Yeah. His name is Rick Sanchez.
Rick Sanchez.
That's
shout out.
Rick and Morty.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I can't even watch that show because
it's too.
I'm weird. I'm like that's
so
my dad's name.
So you had to sell Rick and Morty merch. What did you do?
I thank God I didn't work there when it happened. I've been like, don't buy that. You don't need that. He's not the smartest man in the universe. Multiverse. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. It's like a multiverse.
But no, yeah. So for me being first generation, it's like. And then I grew up in North Long Beach, which is not the nicest neighborhood.
Okay.
So like the block we lived on, whatever, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was the 90s though, so it was pretty bad. But it was like I had Long Beach life and then I had like Mormon life.
Okay. So explain that a little bit, because I'm not originally from here.
Oh no, okay.
So I don't even know how
Long Beach is like borderline Compton, Paramount, North Long Beach is a rougher side of the city. Long Beach is a beautiful city, don't get it wrong, but it's a rougher side. And then being Mormon, it was just like, oh, you don't drink, you don't cuss, you don't go swimming on Sundays, you don't do this, you don't. So it was a balance of like, oh, I'm gonna be bad, but like in the middle type thing.
Okay.
But my upbringing and having a big family, I think having siblings made me a different person. Like, yeah, it definitely shaped me. Yeah. My upbringing.
That's awesome. Do you feel like you're really close to your brothers because you guys have a group together or work together?
Well, let me tell you, we had a group together. Now we just work together. It's all different things, but
do you want to talk a little bit about the group you had and now maybe where you are with that?
Yeah, we've always been, me and my brothers have always been close. When I look at other brother relationships and like, oh, like we don't get along, I'm like, how could you ever? Like, that's my best friend.
Yeah, that's awesome that you say that, because I feel like me and my sister are very like hot and cold. So the fact that you are really close with your siblings is really touching to me.
Yeah, no, I don't know how it happened. I think it was that bond, that our upbringing was so unique to us. Yeah. And we saw both sides, and then the passion was always the same. Sports was always the same. It's probably just good parenting. Yeah, if that's what it was. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, But so like, we started that group like when I was like 17, 18. It was like the Spanish Jonas Brothers. The music industry.
That's such a funny way to put it. Because I low-key love the Jonas Brothers.
I love them too.
I love them. I saw them not too long ago at the Hollywood Bowl.
Fire. They're amazing. Nick.
I was a Joe Jonas girl.
You like the eyebrows?
I didn't mind the eyebrows.
You like?
But now Kevin's pretty cute. Kevin came up.
Kevin did his thing, right?
Kevin came up. He's pretty good looking now.
He is.
The curly hair wasn't my thing younger, but it's all right.
Do you like the straighten there? Yeah, you like.
Yeah,
you
like oh, straighten there, so embarrassing.
That was so fried.
I was
Poor hair.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe is a beast. Joe is a beast.
So funny.
What was I saying?
I know, I got you off top of my
Spanish Jonas Brothers.
Yes.
So we're doing like that type of music, playing live instruments, live band, which is the greatest feeling in the world, obviously. And I get, like, I may not be like a rock head or whatever, but I know what I'm listening for when I'm hearing. I'm like, yo, he's a shredder on the guitar. The dude on the drums does not miss a beat. Like, bass sound was amazing. Whatever. Like, I appreciate all of that. Yeah. So that was a good little thing we did. And then the music industry was just in a weird place because social media was kind of coming to the forefront of it.
Okay. So this is pre kind of social media.
This is end of MySpace, beginning of Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Which is
that's a good way to put it.
That's a great way to put it. Everyone knows.
Dude, MySpace days, so funny. I
killed it on MySpace. I miss it so much.
I was so good at the codes, and I would hide my top 8. Yeah, I would hide my top 8. I don't know how to do that now, but I was pretty good at it.
I could never hide my top 8.
And I would look at other people's top 8 and be like, oh, I'm not in your top 8.
We did a MySpace song, but that's a different story. Yeah.
Too funny.
I'm gonna put you on top.
Yes.
Put you on top.
He'll release that later, guys. Just ask for it.
But no, yeah. So the industry was weird. So it was like a kind of like a stagnant thing, where it's like you could be independent or you could go like full on label, but the independent route wasn't established yet. There wasn't a Macklemore that killed it or anything like that yet.
Yeah, because Macklemore was probably one of the earlier
to do indie
label,
So we did that, and then the music wasn't right. Like, they didn't want that type of music. It was weird. Okay. Now I just feel, and then that kind of fell down. We did our solo thing. We got back together. Now that this like urban Latino thing was happening, which you would call reggaeton, or what they call like urban now.
Yeah. I know, because urban's kind of a big, broad spectrum now in a sense.
Yeah.
Because is The Weeknd technically? Where would you put him? Because I know he went a little poppier, but in his earlier days,
that's
people
the thing now with music. I don't. The reason why I'll classify Spanish music is because to separate it. Because in Spanish music, you have styles in music. I feel.
Okay.
And it's not so much artists crossing genres.
Okay.
It's like if you have a merengue artist, they're strictly merengue, and they do salsa or whatever, and then you have your power like ballad singer person, and they don't really mix too much. With someone like The Weeknd, a dude could do whatever he wants. Yeah. He could do a R&B track, or he can do freaking
more poppy or whatever he was trying to.
Yeah, his whole Miami Vice scene right now.
I'm asking that because I'm not from a more Hispanic Spanish culture, so it's interesting to see a different side of the music industry in a sense.
Yeah.
And how you're saying there's different
It all
genres.
functions the same. I'll tell you that much. It's cutthroat.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to talk about that, or
we can? No, everyone knows about it. Yeah, it's cutthroat. It's a cutthroat industry. It's probably the most shallow industry.
Yeah.
That there is. We're like, not that I say I missed my window, but I missed a window, which
Okay.
is being 18 and young and
just coming out.
influential, like not influential, but moldable and,
Got
and
you.
whatnot.
Where they can kind of put you where they want to put
It's
you.
tough, and like if you are a younger artist trying to make it, like do it while you're young, because as you get older, you're gonna become more of your own person. And not want to mold to this.
Which is probably a positive in a way, maybe.
In a sense, yeah, but I mean, it's stopped me from signing deals just because I'm like, nah, I'm a man, I can't do that, or whatever. Or me and my brothers be like, no, we know.
Did you guys work with maybe some labels?
Yeah, definitely did. We did. I mean, I'm not going to say names or anything
that's okay.
But we got close to signing a couple deals that fell through for, honestly, I'll say it's our part, personal reasons on our part. But
which is probably a better way for it to end because it was on your terms.
Yeah, it was, but it was before actually making anything happen.
Oh, okay.
It was just like they were like courting us in a sense.
Did that feel kind of cool?
It was amazing. I'm like, yo, we're here. Like, we're gonna make. Yeah, they took us out to like Nobu to eat.
Oh shit! How is Nobu? I want to go there.
It's freaking amazing.
Is it? I love
They got these little
sushi.
mahi tacos. First of all, the serving size is way too little. I'm like, if it's Southern
I
style.
like to eat. I'm Italian.
Exactly. I'll eat, but it was good.
That's
and it was on their dime. So
hey, that's take the perk.
Even better. No, but I mean, but we're still able to maintain relationships like that. That's the industry is about. And when they say it's who you know, it's literally who you know and how much you nurture that relationship.
Got you. And networking too, I'm sure.
Networking, but you have to come from a genuine place. So when I say it's cutthroat, you're going to find people who will like smile in your face and then stab you in your back type of a thing.
Which I guess is like a Hollywood stereotype too, in a sense, right? Because also I'm from Jersey, so New York's a little also like that. When it came to me when I was a young modeling, like it was very cutthroat. If you weren't 6 foot tall and skinny little girl,
there's a prototype.
You're out of there. So I was like, okay, gotta go to California.
But how confident do you feel that you could blaze your own brand?
I feel way more confident. So I'm sure that's how you feel as well now, too.
So it's just like, yeah, you're there, and yeah, I could use the cosign.
Yeah.
But I could build. It's an entrepreneurial mindset at that point. It's like I could really build something on my own, and if I believe in myself enough, I can make it happen to the point where you can't deny me anymore.
True. That's a good way to look at it. Do you feel like that really fueled your confidence growing up? And maybe you went through some bad experiences with the labels, but you really grew the confidence in yourself and your entrepreneurship?
I'll tell you straight up, I'm a Cancer, so I'm like super sensitive when it comes to like if I hate losing.
Yeah.
But I love winning. Like when I'm happy, I'm happy. But when I'm sad,
you're sad.
So it's
I'm all into astrology. I love astrology.
I get it. No, my brother more so than me. But I'll take the fact. He's like, you're emotional. I'm like, yeah, okay, but I'm not sad all the time.
Yeah.
It's just
You're not a Pisces, but
see, he's a Pisces.
He should be more sad technically. I'm a Scorpio, so we're very misunderstood,
there
guys.
You go.
Very misunderstood.
Very much so. Scorpios.
We're very intense creatures.
Y'all broke my heart a couple times.
From a Scorpio?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's out there. She knows who she is.
She knows. Oh, well.
I'm joking.
We're not all heartbreakers.
Yeah, the industry's cutthroat. Yeah, man, it's crazy. But I do have confidence. That's what you're saying. Yeah, I have confidence. Thanks to people who have like trailblazed that industry. I mean, Chance the Rappers, the Macklemores.
Yeah, he's really doing
Mac Miller,
really great
rest
now,
his soul.
too. I know, right? I remember seeing Mac Miller, like the Boston music scene was becoming really popular, like Sammy Adams and Mac Miller and like the white rapper types. T Mills, who's now like Travis Mills.
Yeah, he's dating the girl from what?
From Riverdale. I know.
I love her.
Dude, they just broke up, and I'm so sad. It's so weird. I'm sad about it. Like I don't even know these people.
I don't even know her name. What's
and
her
that's
name?
funny. I'm wearing a Riverdale shirt.
I saw that.
Her name's Madeline. But there you go. Get it.
Skills, sorry.
But dude, they broke up, and I don't know why, but it makes me sad that I'm like, why did they break up?
Hollywood.
But yeah, true. But I remember when Mac Miller was coming up in that scene, and like the Donald Trump song came out, which was like super wild.
Of all, that was my
so
shit.
crazy. Now here Donald Trump's our president. Wow, wild ride.
You should have played that at his inauguration.
Right, imagine. But that's funny because I remember like them coming up in the scene and like listening to them.
Boston's
and now
dope.
Here we are, like, and that's probably crazy for you to know where those people came and now your own path too.
So now what I'm coming to terms on my path of independence, what's the word I'm looking for? Independence?
Independence? Or
See? Independence.
You're becoming more...
My own path of independence.
Yeah, there you go. It's all right. We're drinking mimosas. We're having fun.
Yeah.
It's cool.
what I've come to learn is how much work actually goes behind that.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you're not by yourself.
Okay.
You literally have basically the same thing you would have at a major label. You need
your crew.
With your crew, with your entourage, whatever.
How was it finding a crew for you now, being more independent?
It's finally coming together now.
Are you told now so you started with your brothers and you guys had a group. What was the group's name, by the way?
It was Castillo. It was called Castillo. Yeah.
Okay,
It was
nice.
my grandmother's maiden name.
Oh, that's
which
really
is cute, right?
Oh, that's so sweet.
God
My
rest her
heart.
soul. Yeah.
I'm sure the ladies loved that.
I hope we did our thing. Yeah.
Okay. But now you're totally on solo, correct?
I'm just what happened to me is that through dealing with like industry people and whatnot, like for me, like life is all about finding your true happiness and what really makes you happy.
Yeah,
And like
of
we can
course.
get caught up in the numbers and the statistics and the likes and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But it's never really been
What
for me.
is?
The one thing that made me realize is that I'm not a social media person. I'm not like,
Okay.
hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Go check out. I'm like,
It's a little awkward if you're not about the showmanship of it.
I'm not about the.
Yeah.
I'm about the funny.
Funny.
I'll get the funny
You're
out
a
there.
pretty funny guy, too.
Thank you. I'll do that. I got a mustache for no reason. I don't even look good with it.
I feel like you've always had facial hair.
I've
no?
had facial hair, but I don't do this conquistador stash like all the time.
You're funny.
It's my corn stash. But no. So like I realized like
I just realized what you said. Your quarantine.
corn
Your
stash.
corn-
Hashtag
There you go, guys. Hashtag that.
corn stash. Zoom in. Corn
There
stash.
you go.
No, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I realized that
Nice
like
solo.
I'm not that person.
Which is okay.
which is okay.
Yeah.
I'm just more about the creating side of
Side.
it. Like I want to be creative. I want to be behind the business of it too.
Okay, cool.
I don't need the attention.
Yeah.
And that's when we did our thing. Me and my homies did a thing. It was called like Noise Records back in the day.
Okay.
And we had this saying like, man, everybody want to be in front of the camera. Everybody wants to, like, no, we need people behind the camera.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things. So like I'm like with my brother who is a great vocal talent.
Okay.
Shout
out to his brother.
Yeah, Richie Alex
There
at
it goes.
Richie Alex Music. Go follow
Yes.
him. We got a new single coming out.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Oh,
Plug it,
oh yeah,
plug it,
oh yeah.
bro, plug it.
Confession CFSN. It should be out. I don't know when this is coming out.
I don't know. We
But
don't
the
know yet.
7th of April, the 7th of April is dropping.
So it's either gonna be before that or after that. So if it's after that, you already
Go
know
get
it's
it.
out.
If not, check it out. Still go follow. So I'm gonna play a role then.
Yeah.
I'm not that, because it's not what I want. I don't want to be an artist. I don't need to be an artist.
Okay.
I
But you're
just-
still technically always an artist.
I'm
though,
a,
right?
yes, in the sense of
Sense.
making art.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You're a creator. Maybe that's a
Yeah.
better word you would like.
yeah, and if I do want anything as far as like recognition from my peers in the same industry,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not looking for a fangirl. I'm looking
Gotcha.
for like as
Real
weird as this
recognition.
sounds,
But
like
it's okay.
a dude who's written a hit song saying, "Hey, that's a great song."
Great
That
song.
for me is like, wow,
Way better.
it's amazing. Yeah.
Because I feel like that makes sense, because I'm sure like fangirls come in and out. You know,
Yeah.
they come, they go, they get older, they get
I like fangirls.
He's like, let me not hate on the
No,
fangirls.
no.
I need the fangirls. But you're more interested in a recognition part because you're putting all your talent into that, for me, such a creative process,
Exactly.
which I'm sure takes some time, right?
Yeah.
What is the time frame of like making a song, producing a song?
Like an average thing for
Yeah,
me.
maybe like average.
Like,
I'm sure
and
sometimes
this
you maybe
is
have one
not
come
real.
out.
This is not a real number or anything. Probably like 2 weeks.
Mhm.
That's the fastest I think I could do something.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, I feel a song is never done.
Yeah. You
It's
always
like
have
it's
something
always it's
lingering a little
like
bit.
it's good. I can make it better.
Better.
Do I know how to make it better? I'll figure it out. But like, do I
Yeah.
have the time to figure it out? I don't know. So it's
So do you feel like
Yeah.
sometimes you're like walking and you like have something in your head? You're like, I gotta record it. I gotta write it down.
oh my voice memos are like I don't even know.
Voice memos are a thing.
I
Right?
gotta be more organized with that though, because it's voice memo and it says like where you're at now.
Where
I was
you're
like,
at.
what the fuck was I thinking over there? Like, hey, it doesn't even make sense. It's just on my phone. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Mike.
That's
but yeah.
funny. So
But
I
it-
feel like that's pretty creative though, because you can literally take a melody and then put words to it.
Yeah.
Like not an
And
average person can do that.
that's how I do it though.
Yeah.
It's literally like a puzzle.
okay.
So for me, like I said, I
That's a
live.
cool way to put it. A puzzle.
Yeah. I'll have this like the beat, or I'll make the whatever, and it's like chords, and then within that, I'll do the melody. She's living her best life,
She's living her best life.
sunbathing. I'll do the melody in those chords, and then within the melody, I'll find words to plug in to that. But I think once I have like the melody down, I could really dive into like the word part of it.
Because you already have like a tune in your head and you've got it puzzled.
It's the map. Now I'm just gonna put the details in there and like the terrain.
This city's here and this mountain's here. That's cool. That's actually a really interesting way, and I'm sure a lot of people also feel that way in a sense too. But that's a good picture for people that like me who don't know the process. Oh, that is a really interesting way to put it, and it just shows your mind is so creative. And I'm jealous of people like you, because I'm like that. I feel like I have no creative bone in my body.
Thank you for being jealous of me.
I'm jealous of it because I'm like, dude, your brain is like so creative.
People work in different ways.
That's true.
I almost wish sometimes I was more technical with things rather than more like artsy fartsy with it.
Or is that more emotion based art?
Yeah. Less emotion based, because like when it comes to like empathy or like even watching movies, I'm like a movie buff.
Okay.
Like,
what are your favorite movies?
Okay, my favorite movie of all time.
This is a big question now. People might get antsy about it.
That's okay, but like, I'll give you my reasons.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Forrest Gump is my favorite movie.
Dude, that's a great movie.
It covers every single genre.
That's true.
It will make you laugh. It will make you cry. There's action.
Feels.
The special effects stand the test of time.
Dude, the acting is so great. Tom Hanks. Amazing. You know what's funny? I actually never seen Forrest Gump until I was in college.
Okay.
Never watched it.
That's a great age to watch it, though.
I never watched it, and then in college I had to do. It was actually my senior year of college, and I was in a cultural business class, and we had to take a movie and like see what the cultural aspects of it was. Anyways, boring, but I never.
I'm like, yeah. What'd you get? What'd you get from it? What'd you think?
I did pretty well. Oh, there goes my microphone, guys. Awkward. And so I never watched Forrest Gump, but I had my girlfriend from New Jersey. Shout out Janelle. Her boyfriend Janelle.
What's up?
Her boyfriend Michael, he loved Forrest Gump, and I knew,
he should.
And it was like his favorite, and she talked about it being her favorite. So I asked him, like, "Hey, can you help me with this report? Like, I don't want to watch it, but can you help me?" And he goes, "They're like, no, you have to watch it."
Yes.
I watched it. So good.
Did you cry?
Good. I don't know if I cried. I don't really remember if I cried.
You didn't cry on the part when he goes.
I had feels. I had major feels.
When he walks into the apartment and he goes, his daddy's name is Forrest too.
So yeah.
And then he figures it. He goes, "Is he smart?" Oh,
that's like those moments you'll never forget.
Woo!
Some movies just get you. But that's a good one. Okay, so favorite movie, I get it.
You know that's Haley Joel Osment?
Is it?
Yeah.
He's from Signs? Is that what it is?
Dead
or
People,
I See Dead People?
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, yeah.
Yeah.
I love movies too. I can talk about. We can have a whole movie podcast.
Right here.
We can do. We'll do a quick fire movie at the end. Anyway, stay tuned for that.
All right, I got you.
But that's cool. So so then.
But Forrest Gump is my favorite movie.
Okay, cool.
I think we're getting me like. I wish I could be more technical. I wish I could be like more like on the rational side of things, where it's like, not organization, but I guess organization, and just be more technical with things rather than just what is this?
What does this mean?
What is the meaning of life? Like, go pay your bills, man.
Yeah.
Go take care of that. Go get your credit score up.
Do you feel like, so that's actually a good question, or a good thought to lead me to my question. People think maybe art degrees and being an artist don't pay as well as like being a business major, etc.
Hell no, they don't.
Do you think there's more reward in it though?
I think you need both. If you want to do art, you're gonna need both.
Okay.
I don't feel like you need to, unless you're gonna be an art teacher or do art history or something within the field of art.
Okay.
But to do art, I don't think you need a degree.
Okay.
Unless, I mean,
because your type of art, like music.
Yeah,
I mean, even
because a lot of it's a feel thing. It's either you got it or you don't.
Yeah.
It's like, not everybody can go to the NBA.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, because not everybody's born 6'6". Not everybody's born with good pitch to know these things. And even then, they'll find a way around it. But it's more of the passion of the music to chase it.
Okay.
And be good at what you could do. That's the art right there. And I think if you want to have a lifestyle or like a career in that, you need the business side of it.
Okay.
So for me, the past 5 years has been all business.
Oh, okay.
Learning the business aspect.
Did you did you go to school for it,
no.
or you did it on your own?
YouTube is school right now.
Dude,
YouTube and a first-hand experience is the best thing.
That's very true.
In school, I was never one for school.
There's a lot of people like that.
But I get it. Like, I passed.
Yeah, but it just wasn't like college wasn't a thing for you? Maybe
it's
because
just going
you had
somewhere
better
and then
goals.
reading a book and then trying to learn from that. Like literally, I learned so much more from knowing somebody who's going to school,
Gotcha.
and then me like debating with them,
With
be like,
them.
and it's just
good,
me
yeah.
like
going hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know tons of people who are actually more successful than if they ever went to college.
Yeah, because real world experience is a
It's
real
more
thing.
important in a sense. That's
yeah.
true. That's a really good point about it. Do
But-
you think also? Oh, sorry. You go.
No, you're saying.
Do you think that? So I've known you from customer service. Do you think the customer service aspect has helped you also form your basis in your career?
I think it helped me read people.
Okay.
That's the one, like customer service, not so much customer service, but sales.
Sales in general.
It's like reading people.
Yeah.
And I think that helps me in like one-on-one experiences where it's just like I'm trying to like pitch something to you, or
kind of gauge the reaction.
Or but I could read people very easily. It's like, are you interested? Are you not interested? Should I waste my breath? Are you the person I gotta make you laugh? Are you the person I gotta hit you with numbers?
What kind of person is it?
So it's more about reading than it is.
That's a big skill too. Like,
amazing.
Not everyone can do that. There's a lot of awkward people out there that
oh my gosh.
can't read the signs.
And there's times where you're killing it, and then you feel it going awkward, and then
you're like, oh,
in my heart and soul, I'm just gonna let it go awkward. I'm gonna stay here for 3 more seconds and just stare.
Just kill it. Let's just see where it goes.
Let's see what happens.
Do you feel like you've ever had?
I'm drinking all
yeah,
this shit.
Go.
Hey, turn up.
We got it for you, man.
It's that Blue City Zeke lifestyle.
Yes. Oh, so that's actually a good point. Get the foam.
Anyways, good point.
So, talking about Blue City, so tell me where you went with that now.
Okay, so Blue City originated out of heartbreak.
Oh. Sometimes heartbreak is actually
it's the greatest motivator.
Yeah, therapeutic sessions happen from it.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea, girl. But let me tell you, Blue City.
Is this so? Give us a timeline too.
This is 2014.
Okay.
I wrote a song on the guitar.
Okay.
It was like, why'd you have to go? Leave me all alone in the Blue City.
Oh, giving us the feels, guys.
The girls always, it's actually out. It's out on SoundCloud. The girls always down. And
look
they
it up,
love my
guys.
sound. So Blue City came from that, but it pays. So I'm gonna get into it.
Yeah, let's do it if you want to.
Well, I mean, yeah, we can. It's like double entendre. So
okay.
Blue City, excuse me, comes from being in a city environment and being blue.
Okay.
That's the first one. And then the second one is I'm from Long Beach. In hood politics, Long Beach is what you would call a blue city.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
It's like Bloods and Crips. It's a Crip city.
Gotcha.
So it's a blue city.
Okay.
Not everybody says it, but it's been around.
It's a thing.
So like, basically what happened was I was chilling out in Long Beach a little bit more than I used to, and I made a hat for myself.
Okay.
That said Blue City in Old English. So it looks super gangster, right? But it's really like me promoting like a sappy love song or whatever. But then I would wear it around the city. People were like, yo, like, that's
feeling
so dope.
it.
Let me cop one. And then me and my boy Jerry, shout out J Area.
Shout out.
Photographer, hit him up, doing his thing.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's killing it with the film right now. He's all film.
Awesome.
But we just started. He's like, bro, like, what's the deal? And we have friends in the fashion industry who so we're like, yo, like, we could flip this. Like, let's just, it was just a quick little flip.
Do something about it.
So we started Blue City Co. together, and we did like snapbacks, dad hats, and some beanies and stuff like that. And we started selling it around the city. Got caught on, did his little thing. And yeah, so that's like the whole merchandise actually came before the music. It was like I had written that song, and I did the hat
way before all
way before, and then we did the merchandise rollout, which was just like us
handing it out.
like selling it, basically like out of a duffel bag, pretty much.
Shit. So really in the nitty gritty of it, like you really started from the bottom. Now you're here.
We hood out here, baby. It ain't. We're out there, and then
I would always buy concert tees from the people outside.
I feel it. I bought a Post Malone one.
Time.
Did I buy a Post? I think I got a fake Post Malone one.
Yeah,
I don't know if I bought
I'm like, it looks fine. Me and my mom would go to these rock shows back in Jersey, and we would be like, all right, we'll wait for the outside shirt because it'll be way cheaper than tour date. We're good.
Yep.
So, sorry.
And you got it at the spot, so they can't say it's not, right?
I supported somebody there.
There you go. Small business.
Yes, local business guys. We're 6 feet
pirates.
apart. Don't
Local
worry.
Pirates.
Quarantine.
Double check real quick. What was I even saying?
How your clothing line started.
Okay, yeah, but that's pretty much how that started.
And it's doing pretty well. Like, you're really active about it.
Yeah, we're active about it.
Do you have a website?
No, that was the thing. We're like at the point of like, do we like make it bigger than the city?
Yeah.
Or do we just leave it how it is?
How is that debate in your head?
I mean,
or with your company?
It's like the whole, like, you would know about, like, oh, are you selling out type thing.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is like, look, that's not the main, it's not my top priority right now.
Yeah.
I'll let it live in the space it lives now.
Okay.
And then when the music comes around,
then it'll be
hit it again. Yeah, but I mean, I'm itching. Literally, I have like so many ideas for like shirts and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I want to put out, but no, I like where it's at now. It's not like it's like an urban myth or urban legend. It's just something that happened for the locals there.
And it's made an impact.
It's made, somewhat, I would say, but like people now know what Blue City is. Yeah, it's cool.
Do you feel like because you wrote it about like a heartbreak that when you see people with it, like, oh,
I think it
a
gives
little piece of me is there with them.
Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it has to do with like a heartbreak. It gives it more like duality.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Because of the like the city itself and being like.
And that's where you're from, so it's really comes back to you too.
But it has like that gritty, like, not that it's nothing to do with gangs at all, but it plays on that. Yeah. It plays on that.
And that's kind of fun because you have a very playful personality. Yeah. So I can understand why you would do something like that.
It represents me a lot.
Yeah, and that's all we do in life is try to like be who we are, and that shows your authenticity.
Thank you.
Like, that's where you're from, that's where you grew up, that's where you spend a lot of your time in your life, and maybe like that transition then to the heartbreak song, it just probably all came so naturally.
Mixed
which
emotions.
is the best part.
And that was the thing, is that it happened naturally too. It wasn't forced at all.
It wasn't forced, which is the best part of authenticity.
And that's kind of how I feel. The way I feel now is like, I don't want to force anything else. Like, when it happens, it'll happen.
Which is a good way to be, because then you're not like pushing it in people's faces, and then you can never say like, oh, I didn't sell out because I never forced it on anybody.
Exactly.
Which is a good way to be, especially in the industry, which you definitely have experience with.
I think like Frank Ocean is probably like the best at maneuvering the industry.
Yeah. Why would you say that?
Well, he finessed Def Jam.
Okay.
Out of how much? I don't know how much money, but I don't know.
I'm not so familiar with it.
Do you know who Frank Ocean is?
I know who he is, but I'm not like, I've never really listened to him, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Open up your heart and your mind,
so
girl. Get into it. No.
You'll leave me a list before this, and I'll go into it.
Yeah. It's just sappy love songs.
We all love love.
Yeah.
That's really at the end of the day.
But basically what he did, he only drops every now and then.
Yeah, that's what I heard, right? He'll just plop it in,
plop
out.
Just like, and it's random. So basically with this last album, he had, on his contract with Def Jam or something, he had like one more album left.
Oh, okay.
So basically what he did is he released a visual album, released it on iTunes, and then like hours later, he released his album, which is Blonde, under his own label.
Got you. So he got away with it in his contract.
Yeah, he did. I don't know the specific details of it, but I just know he finessed the industry, and he can drop whenever he wants to drop.
That's cool, though. Which I'm sure is actually probably best to be independent, because no one owns you. No one owns your art.
you own yourself. That's the biggest thing, is the masters, is owning all your masters.
Yeah, and how is that like empowering to own that type of stuff?
Well, it's empowering I feel when the music hits a certain point. Like right now with what you're doing, I feel like this is the new TV.
Okay.
So you need to build your catalog.
Yeah.
Up to the point, because maybe this video may not be the one, and it's going to be 10 videos from here, and it goes up, but they're going to see that one video and they're going to want more.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys would like more.
They will, and then they'll come back, and way, by building and staying consistent in what you're doing, you may not see the end result that you want right away, but you're building your catalog. You're building your channel. You're building content for people to go do their rabbit hole dive down
into
Brandilynn, and like, oh my gosh, she has so many videos, I can watch all this, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you have one season of your favorite show you want to binge, and then there's no more seasons.
Yes.
So that's,
oof.
It's just progress in a sense. I wouldn't say it's like empowering. It's just, it's good to know to keep going. Yeah,
that's cool. That's really interesting too, because not only do you have the music part, but then you have the clothing, and then you really can do everything in between as well. Producing, owning all your own stuff.
It's like what
helping other people.
Yeah. it's like what you were saying, like where's like the whole modeling thing, like that's just so like one shtick. It's like one lane when really you could rebrand yourself a little, take a step back. It's not just modeling, but I'm someone. I'm a personality, and I do all of this, and I have all this to offer. So that's what's cool about social media now. That's what's cool about this distribution. My little sister wrote a book.
Really?
Crazy.
Oh my God, what is it?
I don't even know. Oh. I'm the worst. Shout out my little sister.
we'll find out.
No, but anyways, but it's like a book of poems and stuff like that. Yeah, but like she did it.
I love poetry.
It's a physical book.
Wow, that's awesome. Find out, I'll buy it. I love poetry.
It's like Amazon or something like that. I don't know. I forget what it's called.
So you come from a very artful family, like you guys are.
I just realized it right now. Yeah.
And writing, and I mean, writing itself is a form. Do you feel like when you write a song, what is the like satisfaction you find from it? Or like, do you feel like you really like, oh, this song was great, I thrive from it? I'm one of those where like I appreciate all aspects of it, but like when I'm listening to a song, I'll go for words. Yeah.
Like, I'll go for something like, oh, that makes so much sense to me or whatever. But writing, I think that's an art within itself. So like I was saying, there's a whole melody and then plugging in the words to make it a puzzle. And then within that simple word, those words, you got to find whether it's alliteration or, you know, like entendres, metaphors, all that stuff within there, or even just simple phrases that you know
someone's gonna
freaking like the way your hair smelled.
Yeah.
Like someone like that to me, like,
oh yes.
You tell me that, I'll smell my ex's hair. I'm like, yes. Oh my God. You know?
It feels.
Yeah, it's something like that.
True.
So
that's
like,
true. There's like, Dashboard Confessionals has that hair down song, and you're like, oh my God. Yeah, that's Dashboard Confessionals, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Those guys are beasts.
Dude, so good. He's so good.
Who else?
So many good.
Ed Sheeran is the greatest songwriter of our generation.
Him. Did you listen to that song with him, Eminem, and 50 Cent? And he's like, I always wanted to have a song with the two of them, and then he did it. Like, fuck, dude. And the story was that he was like just meeting Eminem that day, and 50 Cent was just in Eminem's dressing room that day. What the fuck, bro? I mean, obviously you have to be a little rich to meet them, but
even that. But hold on. But if this ginger boy came to a record label and said, hey, I want to do a song with 50 Cent and Eminem.
And then fucking
so like, what? How? Who are you? What are you? This doesn't.
Right?
That's the beauty of it.
It's just so beautiful. Music is just so beautiful. Who are some people that really first inspired you?
Oh, John Mayer.
John Mayer. Okay.
I think.
His soulful type of way about
anything John Mayer, like him if I could hang out with somebody, it'd be him.
It would be him.
Yeah,
okay,
he's fucking awesome. But
people say he's pretty cool.
I mean, we'll see. I've heard some things, but he's cool.
I've heard both sides.
His music, I've heard both sides too. But I'm like, hey,
I won't hate though.
Duality, baby. It's a bit of both.
You never know. Maybe it was a bad day.
Maybe it could have been. It could have been.
Well, that's close to John Mayer.
John Mayer, like music wise, or
we can do music.
Yeah, John Mayer, Frank Ocean, obviously. And then like Ty Dolla $ign, which I don't know if you know.
I listen to all types of music, so I've heard of him for sure.
Yeah, I feel like he's doesn't get the credit
that maybe he deserves.
Yeah, because they'll put him in like that ratchet
like
category, but dude is a soulful guy,
really?
Man, and like a musician at the end of the day.
Okay.
And his harmony arrangement is amazing, and those are artists, but albums is a different one.
Okay, let's talk albums.
Okay, albums that changed my life.
Yes, let's do it. Get into
Maroon 5, Songs About Jane.
Oh, everyone.
Possibly the greatest album ever.
So good.
Every song.
So good, dude. I just can picture, like, clearly I'm picturing the album cover.
My favorite one is I've been the needle and the thread.
Yes, sing
it. Racing circles around your head.
Okay, I'm getting a double show right now, guys.
No, but that song.
That's the Sunday morning, too. Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, rain is falling.
I could have that song on repeat, like, all day.
That's my karaoke song. I always mess it up because it's higher than when I do it on the guitar. So I'm like, oh, I can't sing it.
Yes, love it.
But that album there, I would say the Killers' Hot Fuss album.
Ooh, Killers.
For me just did
like. See, we have a lot in common. I love those two.
I love the Killers. Yeah.
So good. Dude, Brandon Flowers is just such a masterpiece. Like how?
I feel like he's one of those people that if you met him in real life, he's so on another level that I won't like. I'm like, am I too regular? Am I too? I get you,
basic?
But yeah, but I get. Brandon Flowers is a beast. Even his solo stuff
is so good, and I feel like it's just like. Wow, like how, I mean, I feel like you might actually relate to him more because you have an artistic musician flow to you, but someone like me that's just a regular girl that just listens to music, I'm like, how does this happen?
But you don't know how much, like, that's a blessing though, like being a fan. Like, I can't go to shows.
Really?
I went to Coachella and I was like,
See, and I think Coachella, like, I mean, it's so expensive, but like, is it really that fun as everyone makes it seem?
I mean,
like obviously the partying
depends.
aspect, but if you really just want to go to, because I feel like for me, I really grew up on like Census Fails and Taking Back Sunday and the Youth. So you go to them and it's like a smaller venue and it's so intimate and great. But then when I also go see like bigger like arenas, like Fall Out Boy is huge now. When I see them, it's a big show and it's still great, but I feel like Coachella is just like so crazy.
It is crazy. I think it's
but
more,
I would love
if
to
you
see
are
Beyonce.
a fan and one of your bands is there, it's more like you're there to support them and their achievement and what they've done.
Because Coachella is such a big platform.
I don't think it's so much a thing for the fans. It's more like, oh, they're going to be at this big mainstream place. They're going somewhere and they're doing something.
It's an accomplishment more
yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's actually a cooler way to think of it.
That's how I would see it because it's not. I would prefer to go to the intimate venue rather than Coachella. Even though it's a crazier light show, whatever, but
it's more of an experience, whereas like that is very complex. Oh, that's actually a really good way to think about it.
That's how I think. So like, but like obviously working at Hot Topic. Oh, they sold out. Fall Out Boy sold out. I'm like Fall Out Boy's Fall Out Boy, bro.
They are awesome still. Their new album is fucking great. That Purple Manic album, so good.
Do you like Paramore?
I didn't see it. Did you hear her new song?
That's what I was saying.
So good.
It's very mature.
And it makes me so sad though, because I know her and Chad from Newfound Glory divorced, and it's like, oh no.
She was with Chad from Newfound.
She was with Chad, yeah.
Chad, the one with the voice like this.
And it's like, oh man, how did these pop punk people break up? Yes, dude. On point, guys. It's like, oh man, they got the divorce. I can't take a speak.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. I forgot to have a mustache right now. You can't take a
It's so sad, but dude, that song Simmer, ooh, it gave me the feels. Dude, I'm listening in my car and I'm like, oh shit, she's on fire right now. Because her album before her solo album was okay. After Laughter, it was okay.
That which was the one that had For All I Know, This Is Over and the Rest. That's the old one?
Yeah, I think that's the older one.
I like that song.
That one, I mean the one where it was like Ain't It Fun?
Cough. Yes.
That was a great one. Cough.
No.
That was a great album too. I mean, After Laughter was good. It was the more colorful album, but the Simmer song, shit bangs.
The colorful album where they had the video where they're on little trikes. What song is that? I love her.
Maybe it is. She's great. I mean, Hayley Williams is so talented. She's so great. But that's cool. Yeah, but yeah, they divorced. So that song is great though.
I didn't even know she was married.
Yeah, well, no, not anymore. No, so you got your chance. So.
Thank you. Yes.
But cool. So so those people inspired you. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, we're talking about albums, right?
Yeah,
Hot Fuss, and then I would say Neo, in my own words.
Okay. Dude, throw back to Neo. What happened to him?
The industry changed, but I mean, the dude is fine. Dude is well. I'm pretty sure there's a point.
Wait, what was that? Yeah, didn't he have is that him, Miss Independent, or the Independent song? Or?
Yeah, Miss Independent.
Yes. I love that song. I jammed that hard.
Yeah, that one. But he wrote songs.
He's now more doing behind the scenes. I feel like.
He's even before.
Really?
So I don't know how much boy band and Disney you're into, but do you? You probably don't.
Who? Tell me. Hit me with it.
Youngstown.
No, who's that?
No, they did the Inspector Gadget song.
Oh, I mean, I know Inspector Gadget.
Go, put the pedal to the floor.
Yes, dude. That's new?
No, so this was like 2000.
Okay.
I think, or 1999.
Okay.
But there's a song that Youngstown had that me and my brothers, we loved. I forget, it was like, I don't know, but she came away.
Okay.
She went away with the summer days.
Oh, okay.
And it was like that. And we're like, okay, that's a dope song.
Got
and
it.
then we start hearing Neo. I'm like, yo, this dude sounds like that song. It turns out that he started writing for these boy bands way back in the day. And he wrote the "Baby You Should Let Me Love."
Oh, yeah, I know that. Isn't that? I thought that was him.
That was Mario,
a
different artist, but he wrote that.
Yeah.
He wrote "Irreplaceable" for Beyonce.
Oh, we love Beyonce over here.
We love some Beyonce. Yeah.
Beyonce. We went to the On the Run too.
Oh.
Me and Jennifer. Shout out to Jennifer behind the scenes.
Jennifer.
Oh, so good. Beyonce is just great. I mean, my idols were Gwen Stefani and Beyonce's up to that. But Gwen Stefani's number one. Gwen Stefani is bae.
Let me tell you a fun fact about Gwen Stefani.
Do you know a fun fact? Hit me.
She wears a size 10 shoe.
Really? I wear a size 9.
Yeah, but
I'm
you're
so
tall.
close.
No, but you're tall.
She's not that tall?
I don't think she's that tall, right? How tall is Gwen Stefani?
Dude, Gwen Stefani is like 50 years old and looking fucking fabulous.
Amazing.
Whew. Anyway,
Amazing.
Side note, Gwen Stefani.
She went to school in Orange County. I went to school in Orange County for a bit.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Well, is Long Beach Orange County?
It's like, no, it's the last city in LA County, and then it goes into Orange County.
Wow, so LA County goes that far out.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I've been here for like a long time, but I'm still naive.
You would fit into Orange County.
Really?
So
people told me when I first came out here I should go to Orange County.
Yeah.
Like Santa Ana.
It's super suburbia, but no, yeah. I mean that for the music that you like for sure.
Because it's out there, yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
ska music.
Yeah,
That's what Gwen
ska was
started
poppin',
on.
yeah, ska.
Dude. I remember back in my day I would go to concerts and like you would skank to ska music.
My shit.
Me and my friends would do it all the time. And then people would be like, "What? You're skanky?" I'm like, "No, it's a dance."
It's a dance.
And I'm so white that was the only dance I could do because I have no rhythm. Can't dance. I'm a basic white girl who cannot dance.
Dope.
So I never went to clubs. I couldn't do that, but I could skank.
There you go.
It's
Just skanking all the time. It's crazy how much like ska and like ska mostly has like taken over like Latin culture.
Oh, really?
There's like a sub genre of like greasers and like punks of like they like live and die for that shit. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's
skanking.
so cool.
Yeah, I've been there, but like, through association, I'm like, oh, okay, we're just throwing elbows around and like.
It's just like it's like a vibe. It's a soul vibe. It's a mood. Maybe nowadays it's called a mood, but
it's a vibe for sure.
It's a vibe. It's just like a good time. It's all about having just a good time. I feel like no judgment.
That's where I need to appreciate shows like that.
Yeah, I feel like I was like a misfit growing up, so going to concerts was where I only belonged. Like I only feel like I belonged in the crowd at a concert. So it's
going
actually
crazy.
Yeah, I was like I would go in mosh pits. I'm like this fucking little girl. Like I could handle myself. I would crowd surf. Oh, I just am.
I can't do mosh pits, man. I can't play. I could never play fight.
I was so into it for some reason. I don't know. I didn't even think I was that hard, but I was like, oh, I can handle this. I'm a girl. I'm gonna go in there. And it's funny. And then after the concert, I'd take a picture of all my bruises. Like, I'm hardcore. And I'm like, who am I?
Just bruised up.
Bruised up. But it was like the greatest thing ever. So actually, that brings me to this. How is it to perform for people? How is that experience?
That's a drug within itself. Like, you know how I said I don't want that attention?
Yeah.
Like, I'll take that attention.
Okay.
Like, on stage.
On stage. That's a different, probably, attention,
It's crazy. It's like, I treat it like a sport.
Okay.
So, like, I played football and soccer and basketball growing up.
Nice.
So, like,
Very
before
athletic.
a game, I tried. So, like, before a game, there's, like, that edge of, like, hyping yourself up type of a thing.
Yeah.
And at least with music, like, you record, you rehearse. When's your game day?
Yeah.
What's your game day? So the show was like game day for us.
Okay.
We're like, whoa, like, let's go.
Get
like,
ready
before
for
the
it,
show. Especially when I was saying when we had the live instruments, that was the best.
I even can imagine.
Try to practice that. I need cordless.
Swing it over.
Cordless mics and cordless guitar joints, 1/4 inch.
That must be so fun. I mean, it looks fun.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're
good. Performing is fun. It's an adrenaline rush. Do you have stage fright? Can you talk in front of people like your hand shakes?
It's funny because I can do this, right? And like I guess this is a presentation we're putting on. But when I guess because I a little bit know you, but It's funny. I can talk to anybody in life. Like, that's why I feel like I was really good at customer service. I can just connect with people. I feel like I've just been through so much in my personal life. But when it came to, because I got a business degree, so when it came to doing my business presentations, the worst. Different. I'm like sweaty, I'm red, I'm so nervous. So I don't know how I would do as like a performer.
Is that in front of a group of people?
Yeah, I was super nervous in front of school peers. But if it's like a random group of people, like
you're never gonna see again.
Yeah, I don't care. But I don't know how I would feel on a stage though, because
it's different.
Presentations I was very nervous for.
Yeah.
Did you have stage fright?
I did, but I liked it.
Oh.
Like, I would literally stare at my hand shaking,
really?
Be like, oh, don't be a bitch, Isaac. Don't be a little girl. Go, come on, you got. Yeah, so like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Most people are like, no, stage fright's the worst.
I like it.
It kept you on your toes, maybe.
Yeah. I have like this mechanism, like wanting to go to sleep right away.
Okay.
And, like I'll be on stage and I start yawning.
Oh.
And just go to sleep. Ignore all your troubles. You don't have to go out on stage.
Yeah.
But, it was cool. Mostly because like my first experience performing was such like a pleasant experience for me. We did it at like a middle school.
Okay.
I was like 14.
So it got you ready for it.
Yeah, and they're like, go crazy. I'm like, yes. Addiction, give me more attention. But no, yeah, that's probably the one thing I'll miss from like being a performing artist. But no, yeah, that's an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, that's cool.
People live for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's cool. It's just cool to know that you've been at so many different realms as a musician in general.
And it helps. It helps with like working with newer artists and developing them. Just because I feel like a lot of people try to skip steps, and I don't know if nowadays it's going to be like that anymore. Like what I had to go through was just like, let's like really perform, because
with the ever-changing environment
I can't promo like crazy through Instagram. I had to go to do little school tours and get our fans from there.
And now people just, there it goes on Instagram.
Yeah, and then we pay for promotion and shove it down people's throats and stuff like that.
Do you think it's a positive thing?
I think it's a tool.
Okay.
But like with any tool, it can make you lazy.
Yeah.
You know?
There's pros and cons to each side. Like, you're used to more of like a daily grind.
Well, this is what me and my brother were talking about the other day. It's like there's no more artists, like superstar artists.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Like the last one I think that it was supposed to be was Bieber.
Justin Bieber?
Like on a JT level, on an Usher level, on a Chris Brown level.
That's good.
There's no more. The last one, there's one that's doing it is Bruno Mars, and he's a performer.
But you don't really hear about him as much anymore. He was, but I feel like you're right. Like Justin Bieber,
dude's
you
been
always
on tour
heard
for like
about
10 years now, right?
Is he still on tour?
I don't know where he's at.
Shit.
I'm waiting on a new album. I need a new album.
That's actually a good point. I guess with like those pop artists, Justin Bieber, you never stop hearing about him. You even still hear about him.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good point. And Justin Timberlake, same thing.
But with that, it's more like the performance aspect.
Yeah.
Like Justin Timberlake for me is like the #1 performer.
As
far
not
as
only
like
sing,
clean, singing, like crowd control, and like
they're doing it all.
They're doing it all. But
that's a really good perspective, actually.
There's not a lot of people now. That people are okay with the smaller venues, or like even like Bieber's latest album. I feel like that wasn't like arena music. It wasn't.
Oh, okay, more like
as big as it should have been for Bieber.
Honestly, I'm not. I didn't grow up crazy about Justin Bieber like some girls my age did.
It was the Jonas Brothers for you.
I was a Jonas Brothers girl, but also I was like a rocker chick. So
that's
like,
two schools of two different types of
different
human beings.
People.
Yeah.
But it's funny because that in his new album, the red, it's like changes or something red with it, but it's like a love letter to his wife, and I'm like, oh god, the feels.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I kind of vibed it.
Yeah.
It's like adult Justin Bieber. And I'm like, I can feel this now. I'm about it.
I didn't see it that way.
No,
my bad.
It's
that's
okay,
that's
cool.
a great. No, that's cool. That's what I'm saying. I was super like critical on like what's your move for your brand,
but
your
that's a good
career.
point because you're thinking bigger. Like that's not an arena
I wanted
tour.
More from Bieber. First of all,
especially
other
if
album,
you haven't heard a lot from him in a while.
What was the last album called? Purpose.
Yeah, but that was like a big tour,
that was
right?
Huge tour, but even the music was big,
pretty big.
You know, it was huge.
So who do you think now is trying to be like that?
Now.
Or like bigger artists.
It's tough. It's tough now. I think
now I feel like a lot of mainstream music is kind of like rap
It is.
Right?
It is. It's crazy. Who was the time I was talking to somebody that punk turned into hip hop and hip hop turned into punk as far as fashion goes?
Yeah, that's actually a good perspective because, you know, like, poor rock. Like, just long live the rock music.
But I feel like people are really trying to bring it back.
Bring it back.
I met this dude, I forget his name, but he's like super Instagram famous. And we were chopping it up and I'm like, yeah, like he seemed like a regular guy. He's like, I got 1 million followers on this. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. All right. Okay, bro.
Let me know.
Take it easy.
Just name dropped my followers.
Just name dropped myself.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and then so I'm like, what kind of music are you doing? He's like, yeah. I'm like, first of all, how'd you get 1 million followers? He's just like, Instagram. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
How do you do that, bro?
I'm still trying to figure it
How
out.
do I do? And that's why I came to him like, oh, you got to be a young guy, go to school here, did a girl to school over there, but
get these people to promote you.
Exactly.
It's all about who you know.
Exactly. So then he's just like, yeah. He's like, no, I want to do rock.
Oh.
I'm like.
That's true.
Like,
Post Malone's doing music with Ozzy Osbourne.
Bro.
And I love it because I love Ozzy Osbourne. Did you hear the new Ozzy song? Which one, Straight From Hell? Or that? Dude, it's fire.
That's the one with Post Malone?
Yeah, fire. I think the one with Post Malone's called something else, but it's that album.
Okay, so I heard the one with Post.
So good.
The production on it was amazing.
So, I mean, see, that's cool because I don't know how production value is, but that's what you're going for.
That's also been my criticism with a lot of rock music, is that I feel they try to, on record, they try to go with the live. Like raw, just really loud, raw, yeah, which is cool for the live. But not for the this album. Is like, let me see the engineer or the mixer. I want to see their art form and how they make this sound good. Which is why I like an album like Hot Fuss, where you can have amp guitars and they're more synth, but I respect a good album, a good mix on a song, on everything. Yeah, so.
That's so interesting. That's a good point because that album is so good, There's so much.
Ozzy's back.
Good, but that's actually a good point too because you see all these clothing people of like younger youth and like maybe pop, and they're trying to take over like rock like logos. Like you see like Metallica on like a brand that's like.
So it's Future. It's Future, but or Future Hendrix is what it's doing now.
So it's cool. I mean, I love rock music, so I'm hoping like it comes back in the light.
I hope it does.
Good. The lyricism to me is like pure. You
know?
Like I listen to songs
Red Jumpsuit Apparatus though. They're like,
dude. The face down. Do you feel like a man when you push it? So
do you
good.
feel it now?
That was like my youth that I still love. But even too, like I'm an '80s chick too, so like Motley Crue's coming back, and I'm super excited about it, and it's just like fun, you know. It's
I haven't seen The Dirt yet.
Oh,
is it?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I read the book because I have a Motley Crue tattoo with my mom, so we're pretty hard.
With your mom?
With my mom. Me and my mom have this tattoo the same, and this tattoo. They're both matching.
That's crazy.
And we have 3 tattoos together. Shout out to my mother.
Shout out mom with the matching leg.
The matching, pretty much matching leg. And they're all music. This is for Motley Crue, and this is for Chris Cornell with Audio Slave. Rest in peace. But so The Dirt is based on their book called The Dirt, and it's very on point to the book, and it's crazy. You'll probably enjoy it. It's pretty crazy.
They're crazy. They're a lot crazier than what people are doing now. I feel.
There's no really old school rock and roll anymore. You know, I think like. Some bands tried it, but like you can't ever go back, you know.
Yeah, I would like them. It
would be cool.
I feel like if anybody could bring it back, it would be Post.
Dude, he's really trying, and
he got a voice for it.
Dude, it's cool though. I didn't really know his music, but then when he did the song with Ozzy, I'm like, oh, I love Ozzy Osbourne. I grew up on Black Sabbath, so I'll check it out. And dude, I loved it.
He did it justice.
So it's really cool to branch the different music genres, which I'm all about because it's all about like creating with different people, and you listen to different people, get you in different music.
They had Travis Scott on the song.
Yeah,
too.
that was cool.
That was a cool little combo.
And they like performed at the award show. It was really fire.
Cutting edge. Crazy. I like it. Amazing.
Yeah. So that's cool. I mean, it's cool to talk about these music genres. Do you have anything that you really would want to get out there, like about yourself and your music, or what you feel about music?
Yeah, new artists. Hit me up. I do any genre.
Yeah.
Any genre, we'll make it happen.
That's cool that you do every genre. So you're very open to
I love
music.
Yeah, different languages too. So
that's even better. Bilingual over here. Yeah. Do you feel like you are really looking to have the creative flow? Like you really like to hear their input and put your own little input into it as well?
I won't. When writing a song with someone, I will not write the whole thing myself.
Because you want that creative collaboration.
But like not only that, but I want you to feel like you own a piece of it.
Yeah.
Because if you're that type of artist that's looking for like Britney Spears, that's looking for somebody to write a song for you,
Yeah.
go to a label.
Yeah.
But if you're here trying to be on the independent grind and really like establish yourself as an artist, like this is part of it.
Yeah.
And like I can help you out with that. Like you get me,
You have a lot
like
of experience.
melodies and stuff like that. But like it has to be a piece of you.
Yeah.
And I feel like what social media has done now, people are like, oh, you could be so fake. I'm like, no, it exposes you a lot more than you know, especially if you're putting stuff out there. It exposes you to to be criticized and all that stuff. So I feel like the more genuine you could be through your art, through your purpose in life or whatever it is, the better response you'll get. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you want to say any like parting words where they can find you?
Yeah. Find me at Blue City Zeke. I don't know why I keep on pointing.
We'll tag it. Just trying to talk to Jennifer. Come with me.
Jennifer. Come with me, Jennifer.
Yes.
At Blue City Zeke, Richie Alex music. Got a new single coming out called Confesión in Spanish. April 7th. Blue City Co. Go follow it. And yeah, shout out to everybody. Love everybody. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
I really
having us.
appreciate it. It was so fun to just learn about the musician side of you and also the clothing side of you. And I really look forward to what's coming soon.
Thank you.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.